Simmers. In this video, I'm going over how to troubleshoot Wicked Whims. Now, Wicked Whims, along with MC Command Center, are one of the top mods that most people struggle with. So I wanted to go over the details of what your situation may be if you're in this situation, okay? If you guys are really struggling and you really need some access to something quick and easy that can help you with downloading, go ahead and go to the simplicitysim.com site. You can go ahead and get your ebooks that will help you with the process of installing. I highly suggest this because I know that you will be able to walk yourself through this without having 30 million questions that never get answered. So let's get straight to it. So the Wicked Whims website is right here. I'm going to show you guys about a few ways that you can mess this up. And the reason I'm going to show you guys how to mess it up first is so that way you can see what you may have done wrong that is causing the Wicked Whims mod to not work. So please watch this video beginning, middle, and end so you do not miss anything. The first thing I want you guys to know is that if your Wicked Whims mod is not working, it's probably having issues because it's not updated. What that means is the mod creator needs to update the mod. So this happens typically about once or twice a month because Sims updates pretty much once or twice a month where they download a new pack, and these mess up mods, which means that the mod creator has to fix them so you can reinstall them. So if you're dealing with a similar situation and there recently was an update and you know about it, you want to make sure that you just apply patience because your mod's not going to work until the mod creator is finished. It typically doesn't take them long. It takes about 24 to 48 hours to basically get the mod fixed. But sometimes it's longer, so just please be patient. So that's the first thing I wanted to let you guys know. Number two, when there are updates, that's most of the time when you are going through issues with the mod. If you're in a situation where there wasn't recently an update and you're going through troubles, I will show you how to operate that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and install the mod, and I'm going to show you guys one of the common mistakes that everyone makes. So we're going to go ahead and enter, and then we're going to go ahead and select download. So let's pretend that it's May 24th or something, right? Currently it's April 11th, so this is pretty updated, but the point of the matter is we're going to pretend that there was an update and Wicked Whims mod is not installed. Okay, if you download this mod, it's not going to work because there was recently a Sims 4 update and the date that is showing is not obviously a recent update. Okay, so remember that. Number two, say there was an update and you are, caught up and you're like, okay, I'm ready to download. So you click on the link. After you click on the link, you scroll to the bottom. And once you're at the bottom, you're going to see some dates. There's going to be March 24th and March 13th. Now, of course, if you're watching this and it's not March and it's June or July or August of the year, don't freak out. The point of the matter is if you see two dates, you're always going to go with the most updated version. So for me, it will be March 24th. You apply that to whichever one seems like it's closer to the date that you're installing. So we're going to go ahead and download that one. It's going to download at the bottom of the screen. Once this happens, you want to click on the arrow icon, go to Show in Folder. If you do not have that, go to File Explorer or Finder below, and then you're going to click on your Downloads folder, okay? Once you're in Show in Folder, you're going to get this zip file extracted. There's two ways you can do this. You can double click it if you have Finder, and it should pop up in a blue folder, or you can right click it and look for anything that indicates opening the folder. So it could be extract. It could be different names because every computer is different. Yours might not even say extract all. It could just say extract. Either way, extract it. Once you do that, it's going to show you what's inside the folder. Now, here's the typical thing that people do which messes up their Wicked Whims mod. They exit out of this folder. They select this folder right here. And then they go to the bottom. They open up File Explorer Finder. They go into their Documents folder because this is how you would install the mod. You go into Electronic Arts, you go into your Sims 4 folder, and then you go into your Mods folder. And what people typically do is they drag this Wicked Whims folder into the mods folder like that. So when you look inside, this is what they see. That is the first problem where you're messing up. And I'm going to show you what it's going to say when I go into Wicked Whims, because I want you to see what I'm referring to. So let's go to EA app real quick and load up the game. Another thing I want to mention in this video, if you have Wonderful Whims installed, your mod is not going to work. You have to choose either Wicked Whims or Wonderful Whims. You cannot have both installed with this mod, okay? And then if you're freaking out and you think that you're not going to be able to get what's in Wonderful Whims if you use Wicked Whims, that's not the case. Everything that's in Wonderful Whims gets added to the Wicked Whims mod. So you're still able to do what you were able to do with Wonderful Whims with Wicked Whims, but you have to choose. You cannot have both. If you have both installed, not going to work. Once you're loaded in, another mistake people make is they do not have their Sims 4 script files enabled. How you get there is you click on options like I just did, then game options, then you go to other. This needs to be checked and this needs to be checked. If there is a white box next to enable custom content and mods and script mods allowed, then they are not enabled. If you do not have these enabled, it will not work. Another thing I want you guys to pay attention to is if you are in your mods folder and you don't see a resource CFG file, it's not going to work. So you need to get a resource CFG file in your mods folder. So let's go ahead and go into the game and see what happens when you install the mod incorrectly like I just did. When you install the mod incorrectly, you get a fatal error that pops up, okay? It's going to say Wicked Whims TS4 script, Wicked Whims tuning package, okay? It says right here, Wicked Whims script file is missing and cannot be loaded. What that means is that you have too many folders in your mods folder with the Wicked Whims in it. Does that make sense? So what I mean by that is you have a folder inside of a folder. It's not going to work if you do that, okay? So that's why it says make sure script mods are enabled. And they said reinstall, it might be required for Wicked Whims to work correctly. So what you need to do is press OK, okay? And now I want you to exit the game, yes. And then I want you to go look at the mistake that you made, okay? This happens a lot of the time, believe it or not. So you're gonna go back to File Explorer or Finder, go into your documents, then your electronic arts folder, then your Sims 4 folder, then your mods folder. Once you're in here, here's where you messed up. If you double click on this folder, what do you see? Another folder that's inside of there. If you drug the whole thing in, it's just not going to work. What you need for this mod to work is these two files, okay? And so what that means is you need to install this folder instead of the whole entire folder. I'm trying to make that as clear as I possibly can because so many people make this mistake. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to delete it, okay? I'm going to show you guys the proper way to install this mod. You go back to File Explorer, go to your Downloads tab, right-click the Wicked Whims zip file, extract it. Once you extract it, it will open up. Not everybody's folder automatically opens up, so if it doesn't, just double-click it. Then I want you to select the Wicked Whims mod folder that only has the turbo pages inside. Once you have that, I want you to go to the bottom of your screen, right-click, and get to File Explorer Finder and go into your electronic arts folder. Okay, once you do that, go into Sims 4 and mods. Once you're here, drag the folder that was inside the folder that you just downloaded, and I want you to drag it in the mods folder. Okay, once you do that, this is what you should see. If you see anything else in this Wicked Whims folder, you did it wrong. So please rewatch what I just said, okay? Now, let's say in the case that you did do this, right? And that is correct, but you're like, Kim, it's not working. That could be your game option settings are messed up. It also could be that there's more than one mods folder in your Sims 4 folder. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So we're going to go back into the Sims 4 folder, which is this one. There has been times where people have had more than one mods folder, probably because there's an update and they probably moved the folder at some point, then put it back in there on accident. Check and see if you have too many mods folders. Okay, another thing that will mess it up is if you forget to take out the old Wicked Whims mod after an update and you have two of them in here. That's going to mess it up as well. So make sure you have the updated version. Make sure you only have one mods folder, and make sure that you only have one Wicked Whims folder, okay? Once all that checks out, let's go into the game and see what issues you could arise when you do not have script mods enabled. So I'm going to show you. Okay, let's say you have this enabled, but you don't have script mods enabled, right? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to try to go into the game and see if it works. And so it tells you that you have the correct Wicked Whims game installed. But look at that, better exceptions pop up. I tell you guys all the time that if you do not have the better exceptions mod installed, please install that. That is a mod that will let you know what mods are broken, and it will also let you know if there's something wrong in the Sims 4 game and there's something conflicting with your mods. So please, 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 please install that, okay? So you can always view full report here, and then it'll just take you to what's going on, what the issue is. And so the reason why it says no tuning, it's because it's not a broken mod in this situation that we're dealing with. What we're dealing with is I did not enable my script mods, so it's messing up my mods. So if you do not have script mods installed, this is going to be a problem as well, okay? And you may click and you may see Wicked, but you might not be able to like control or do what you normally would be able to do, given the fact that you don't have TS4 script mods enabled. So we're going to exit the game real quick. And I'm going to show you guys what happens when you install the Wicked Whims mod, but you forget to install animations. Okay, in the case that you do not have the animations installed, this is what I mean by that. So say you go into your mods folder, right? And you have the Wicked Whims mod inside, right? But you do not have these animations in. I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So we're going to move these to desktop real quick so you guys can see what happens when you do not install animations. If you're wondering how to install animations because you're probably brand new, you don't know where to go, you literally just go to the download tab yet again. You scroll to the bottom and you will see these animation icons, okay? Beware that these are adult websites, so you need to do this probably in a private area. So yeah, you're going to click on it and then it's going to take you to a site called Lovers Lab. There are different sites, of course, that will show different animators. But when you do the Lovers Lab mod, you have to make an account. So you have to sign up for that in order to get those animations downloaded. All right. So don't forget that. But yeah, let's say in the case that you download the mod and you don't have animations installed, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So we're going to go ahead and go into the game. So the Wicked Whims mod is already inside. And now we're going to see what happens when there's no animations. What we're going to do is we're going to select the bed. We're going to select Wicked. We're going to do one of these. So this is a message that's going to pop up if you do not have animations installed. Okay, so if you don't have animations installed, you're not going to be able to do anything. Another thing I want you guys to pay attention to, the age of your sim. Okay, so he's a young adult, so he should have no problems performing certain animations, okay? But if you try to use these options on a teen, it's not gonna work. They took that off. So if you are encountering anything else like an error message popping up, things like that, it could be also, like I said, that the mod needs to be updated by the creators. I also have a Discord in the description below. You guys can feel free to add yourself to my Discord and ask any mod questions that may be related to this mod. So I hope that this worked, and I hope that you understand where you may have had conflict with installing the mod. If it did, comment below, like the video, and sub to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate your time.